It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, April 4th, 2018. It is 7 a.m. and it's still cold outside. Can't you fix that, guys? Come on.
It's still cold. It's getting colder, it seems like.
Wow.
We're going to have to name a new season, Splinter or something.
Splinter, that's good.
When winter interjects with spring.
I was hoping we'd have a longer summer than what we had, but
Yeah.
guess it's over.
Well, looks like we had some storms down south of the county down here around Big Flat, and they issued the tornado warning, came through last night. And I don't guess there was any damage. I haven't heard any reports. We'll hear later, maybe, perhaps. But anyway.
We didn't seem to get hit here in Mountain Home at all.
At all. It all went south.
I didn't get hit on my house, but down at the farm,
Yeah.
they had sheets and sheets of rain and wind. And
It looked bad on the radar. It did. And then Poplar Bluff, Missouri, they had some pretty heavy storms with golf ball size hail up there and stuff like that. So it sure cooled off when that front came through.
It did.
But I know how to warm up. How about some Brood Awakening coffee?
That's how
There you
get
go.
That doesn't just warm you up. That grows hair. I'm telling you.
Every 3 days you have to shave your nose with that stuff, right?
I'm warning you.
Check out Brood Awakening Coffee, 3 locations in Mountain Home to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, and 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. The best coffee in town is Brood Awakening. Stop by and have a cup with us sometime. Or you can check them out at the 3 locations here in Mountain Home. And so,
If you're not drinking Brood Awakening,
just drinking muddy water.
that's it.
You know, Fire Chief over here, Ken Williams, said, man, who made that coffee? It's good. Of course it is.
You don't
know,
hear
What
that.
are you drinking today?
You know, I ain't got coffee this morning, and I don't want to be bouncing off the walls, but when you take the basket with the filter and fill it up to the top, that's your full line. That's how he makes coffee.
Yep.
And then about a cup of water.
Real coffee.
About the concentrated 10W40.
Anyway, Roller Funeral Homes brings morning prayer each and every day. Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas, with all our respect. When the need arises, choose Roller Funeral Home across the state of Arkansas. They bring you the morning prayer each and every day. And now let's pause for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, if any business in this country was facing large amount of debts and needed restructured, they would probably hire a successful businessman never before seen within the business. They let him review all aspects of that business and what's causing the debt, look at its quality and how to improve profits. Isn't that what our president is trying to do? Put Americans back to work, improve our quality, and keep the money invested in our own country rather than China? Lord, my prayer today is for our leaders. Give them wisdom and help them with each decision they make. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, like we say before, you just don't go out, I think I'm going to shop for a funeral home day. No, you don't normally do that, but when the need arises, choose Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. With all our respect. Morning weather brought to you by Greg Farm Services, and we've got a newly refreshed website here that's really, really good. Check it out here, gregfarmservices.com. Scott's topsoil, a great price. 3/4 cubic foot for $1.99. You got straw bales there. You got Molmax. Fishing day is coming April 4th, 11th. That's today, ain't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Fish day is here, apparently. Glass honeycomb wasp traps, just $9.99. Now this has been added to the website, Beekeeping Supplies.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I'd kind of like to get into that. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Beekeeping Supplies, yeah.
It's about time to start getting back into
Yeah.
it.
And of course, Scooter's favorite here, we have the planting boxes. You have the ground contact or the above ground, the standing boxes. 4x4, 4x8s, 2x4. They range in price from $109.99 all the way to $239.99. High quality handcrafted planting boxes. And
I like those.
yeah, pretty neat. Check those out at Greg Farm Services, both in Midway and Mountain Home. And let's see what else we got.
What is the fishing day thing? Can you?
Well, it's not a clickable option here.
What's the honeycomb wasp trap?
Well,
I usually put up bird houses, and that attracts wasps.
Really?
Yeah.
Somehow it traps them.
Huh.
There you go.
Anyway, be
Trap.
sure to check out
Attract
all.
them and then trap them. See?
Track and trap.
Check out everything at Gregg Farm Services Midway and Mountain Home. Morning weather brought to you by Gregg Farm Services. We've got 30 degrees in Mountain Home, 29 at Harrison, 33 in Hardy. This is April, right? Mountain View at 34, Yellville at 32, Marshall at 34, Calico Rock is 32. Around the region, St. Louis is at 31, Poplar Bluff at 34, Branson at 28, 29 at West Plains, and 12 in Watford City, North Dakota. So it's not much warmer here than it is there. So
That's a little bit, and I'll take it.
I'll take anything when it comes to warmth. As you see on the national radar, most of the country is clear. A little bit, of course, it's always raining in around Seattle, Washington, and they've got that trailing off into Washington State over into Montana. Other shower activity in Michigan, and then you can see it along the Gulf Coast there from Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. Then it goes up into a little bit in extreme East Tennessee, into North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, all the way up into Pennsylvania, New York, and all the way out to Canada. So right now it looks like all highways in Arkansas and Missouri are clear. We're going to hit that Little Rock stop real quick and check out. There you go, 62, 412 east-west is clear, 65 north-south Little Rock, Branson, Highway 67 Little Rock, Poplar Bluff is clear. Highway 63 through Jonesboro, which parts of that is Interstate 555 is clear. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55 in good shape in Arkansas. We'll back up and check Missouri real quick. Looks like I-44 Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon, Rolla in good shape. I-70 Kansas City, Columbia, Jeff City to St. Louis in good shape there across Missouri. I believe Highway 67 going into St. Louis should be in good shape as well. I don't see anything there. Yeah, Poplar Bluff, Farmington, all that, Highway 67, and then into Illinois, I-70 Vandalia, I-64 Mount Vernon, Illinois. Looking good.
All right. How about the forecast? Now, they had that
Well, we'll go over there and take a
everybody
quick-
yelled at me for, but they were talking about chance this weekend. So
let's
I'm
see.
just curious.
Well, we'll take a look at this. Go ahead and put that graphic up there.
Nah,
Everything in that dark blue is a freeze warning, and I think that's in effect until mid-morning, if not noon today. And that includes Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, southern Illinois, most of Tennessee, northern parts of Georgia, Alabama.
bring it up a little
Mississippi,
closer here where
Kentucky,
people
yeah.
can see it. There we go.
There you go. Anything in that dark blue is a freeze warning. And out behind that, the red box is a red flag warning, which is a no-burn area out there because of the high winds. It's dried everything out. And
That's the whole state of Arkansas.
where?
The freeze warning.
No, it's not.
It's top half.
Top half.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have 3 counties there on the bottom that's not included.
Hot Springs, it's just northeast to southwest a little bit than most of Missouri.
Oh, okay. It's the whole state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, all of Oklahoma, yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway, we want that forecast, Scooter. Is that what you want? Let me
Yeah.
hit Baxter County here, and we'll get that forecast for you. Do. Mountain Home. I think they're still saying we got snow coming on Friday. Oh, today mostly sunny, high of 51. Low tonight, 33. Tomorrow, high of 60. Thursday night, 41. Friday, high of 50. And then we have another front comes through. It says showers, then wintry mix. A low of 27 on Friday night. And as it goes throughout the night on Friday night into Saturday morning, 20% chance, slight chance of snow, sleet, then mostly sunny, high of 48 on Saturday. And Saturday
Great.
night with a low of 28. Spring, is this spring in this thing anywhere in this forecast?
I told you, summer's over. It was just short. Did you enjoy it?
Anyway, Jerry, what you got on community calendar?
All right. Today you have the Community Career Expo at ASU, 11 a.m., 2 p.m. There's going to be about 50 businesses out there.
50.
50. Getting you lined out. Tomorrow, KCMH, our local Christian radio station, is doing their Share-a-thon 2018 Thrive. And if you'd like to donate to them, very good station, I might add. They do a lot for the community. That number is 425-2525. Then Friday, you have CCA Cattle Dog Trials and Finals. Had to get that in
Yeah,
there.
Friday and Saturday, isn't that a 2-day event? I
Yeah,
was thinking it was.
it's
But
the NCA and CCA sanctioned with CCA. It's the year-end finals are on Sunday, but yeah, it starts Friday.
Friday
I
through
guess
Sunday. Okay.
goes through Sunday.
Awesome.
And Sunday the 8th, you have Buddy Holly at the ASU Shed Center. Tickets are $35. I'm not even sure if they're still available, but
Boy, that'll be the day.
had to get that one in there. Peggy Sue. And that's about it for
Mount
this
Hope Christian
week.
Academy, Night with Your Night, Friday, May 11th, ages 3 through 7, 5:30 to 7, ages 8 and up, 8 to 9:30. This is the Mother and Son Dinner Theater. And then Father-Daughter Ball takes place Saturday, May 12th, ages 3 to 7, 2 to 3:30 p.m., ages 8 to 11, 4:30 to 6, and ages 12 and up, 7 to 8:30. Mountain Christian Academy, that's their annual fundraiser. And then early enrollment at the Mountain Christian Academy will begin Tuesday, April 10th. Early registration will end on Tuesday, May 15th. Mountain Christian Academy, you can call them at 424-6622. Achievement testing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, April 17th through 19th, 8 to noon. Children need to sleep well and eat a healthy breakfast. Students need to be early or on time. And, of course, they have their testing like everybody else, Mountain Christian Academy. Bypass at Glenbrier. They do have the Music Man, Saturday, May 5th, 7 p.m. Or another day would be Sunday, May 6th at 2 at Dunbar Auditorium. Free admission with donations appreciated. Presented by the Mountain Christian Academy and Homestyle Christian Educators Association.
Do want to give a little kickback. We got two teams actually. We got two kids from the Mountain Home Bomber High School wrestling team going to the Nationals this weekend.
Wow.
And I've got, I believe it's 7 kids from the Mountain Home Flyers youth team that will be going to the Nationals this weekend. So they'll be headed for Independence, Missouri.
No, going to Kansas City.
Biggest battles there is every state sends their best kids and let them go at it.
Good job.
Best of
It'll
luck
be
there.
good. It'll be good.
7:12 on this Wednesday morning. Going to take a break. We got the mayor, chief of police, and fire chief from Mountain Home all here today. So stick around right after the break. We're going to be right back.
Your White River getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe. If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car, truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business and God bless.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
$7:16, almost 7:17 as we listen to the fire chief's radio go off over there. We got the mayor and chief police, Manuel, along with Ken Williams. You got an emergency?
Making sure he doesn't have to run.
I need to go.
You go.
There you go.
Sorry.
That's how it rolls.
That's how it is. Fire chief in action right there.
Duty calls.
Duty calls.
It's no respecter of time.
Can you imagine? I mean, we just hit the airwaves and his radio went off. Wow. You recognize that beep 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 paging out right there.
They come by the restaurant all the time, and I threaten them I'm going to put their food in the go boxes as I put it out there. 'Cause it never fails. They get a plate, it's going to go off. They got to go.
Well, then somebody was asking me, why do they drive the fire truck when they go downtown to eat breakfast? Duh. What if they get a call? They've got the truck right here, and they can go instead of going all the way back out here, the main firehouse. So.
Well, that's exactly right. And a lot of people may ask that question, but they've got to stay close because the response time is so important with fire and with all of our police and medics. Everything could save lives by getting there quickly, but and hopefully safely. But
so, Mayor, it's good to see you. It's been a month, and you're looking good.
Well, it has been a month. Time flies, and it don't seem like it's been much over just a few days. But we was here, and I heard y'all talking about the weather while we were sitting in the audience listening, and it's. I think we talked about it when here before, but here in the Ozark Mountains, March and April can change, and the weather can change in just in minutes. We've seen it happen yesterday afternoon when that cold front came through, and I think we were lucky. I hope there wasn't damage down in the southeast part of Baxter County, and then
I've not heard any reports.
I watched that because it was moving so far. I think they said it was moving 65 miles an hour. And it was hard for the people to actually track it. Yeah. And it looked like Melbourne was going to hit. They said the hail hit Melbourne, and the tornado went a little bit south. So
Scooter, put that on the screen. There's this is kind of tongue-in-cheek. Take a look at this. We'll put that. There you go. Now installing spring. Installation failed.
Well, and listen to your reports Saturday morning doesn't sound too.
Yeah, that's the National Weather Service. That's NOAA. So.
Well, there was frost at my house this morning.
Was there really?
Not on my windshield, but on my car hoods.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. Well, so it is what it is, though.
It is, and Mother Nature will correct itself or reinvent itself, but we've got good days ahead of us.
You betcha. You betcha.
But we've been. I asked Chief Manuel and Chief Williams to come, and part of our conversation today will be about the tax that the 3/8 tax that was voted in last September, and thanks to the people and the voters in Mountain Home and also in Baxter County. Baxter County had an issue at the same time, and but from the Mountain Home part of it, that tax was started being collected in January of this year, and we got our first money in actually about a week ago. So we've got revenue coming in now, and
was it a good improvement?
Well, it's money that we didn't have before.
That's good.
It is a great improvement, and Chief can tell you, but it's money we didn't have, and it's going to enable us to both departments to expand, and especially with equipment that we couldn't actually afford before, and also some manpower. But we just I want to take this opportunity, and I know both chiefs and from the Mountain Home, we certainly appreciate the vote, and we want to be very visible on how this money is spent.
And the thing about it, Mayor, is when you talk about a sales tax, it's not strictly a tax on the people that live here, because we are very much into tourism. And then, of course, you've got other activities. I think there's a bass tournament going on this weekend coming up. Then we've got baseball season coming up, and
we've got a lot of events.
Last night Morrilton was in town for Lady Bomber softball. So
yeah. Well, and you're right. And
even if they buy fuel, we get money out of it. You know.
To me, the sales tax is the most fair tax because it does spread it out.
Yeah.
You know, we have property taxes and our personal taxes that we have to pay here, but the sales tax is shared by all the people that come, and they actually use our facilities. This call that the chief went on could possibly be an accident involving a tourist or a visitor from out of the area.
It's like with the chief of police right here. They don't. Well, is your license plate Wisconsin, Missouri, or you got an accident? They respond.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I want to touch on too, events was last week or a little over a week ago. The Salbug group was in, and that was wall-to-wall people at the fairgrounds. I think someone said they counted, over 35, or at least 35 different states that was represented there. And these people come, and they come early and stay late. And
I was over at Oldsheim during that, and there was a car from Vermont.
Yeah.
All the way down from Vermont.
Yeah. Well, I got to visit with some
in the dead of
them.
winter.
I mean, these people, they love to come here. They love the event, and they said it was the largest event that they have. Good. There's some others around that kind of mimic what they do here, but this is the big one, and so we're very fortunate. But we're sitting here between three rivers that they love to fish on, especially the White and the North Fork. And if they ever fish at Buffalo, well, they'll love it too. But it's more a seasonal fishing, spring to fall type. But the others is year round. So, but it was a great event, and thanks to Tommy Hagan and all the people that he was the MC, so I'll mention him by name. But it takes lots and lots of volunteers there to.
Tommy wasn't at a loss for words, now was he?
No, he still he had, I think, 2 or 3 cameras carrying him around.
Yeah,
so
that's
Hagan was doing good at that event. But Chief, we're glad to have you here. And
well, I'm glad to be here, and I would like to echo what the mayor said. I'm very gracious and thankful for the community for passing the public safety tax. It's going to allow us to upgrade, add personnel, and be a much better police and fire department to serve all people who visit and live in Mountain Home. We have a population of something over 12,000, from our last census, but we actually provide police, and I'll talk on Ken's behalf too. Fire chief, we provide services to probably several hundred thousands of people in a year. We're a trade area, we're a tourist area, and of course, I guess you could say we're a retirement area as well. So we'll police and provide fire services for several 100,000 people.
Well, Chief, what was brought out when in the radio days when we were talking about this, it didn't dawn on me. They said, "What's the population of Mountain Home today?" It was like July. I thought, I don't know. What's the sign say? 12, 13? No. What's the population today? I didn't get the gist of the question. How many people are in Mountain Home today? You've got people coming from West Plains to shop at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, whatever, at the Supercenter. You go to Walmart within the hour, and I guarantee you there's going to be some out of state, Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee cars sitting there. And it didn't dawn on me.
Yes. Well, exactly. An example I use quite a bit is look at our Mountain Home public schools, faculty and students, and you're somewhere maybe the 4,500 range in population, and all 7 buildings that house students are located within the city limits of Mountain Home. So for that day, for that time, they are our responsibility when it comes to police and fire services. And then you add the businesses and different employers in the town. The daytime population, while I don't know exactly what it is much higher than the 12,000 who live here.
Yeah. And you could look at ASU Mountain Home, where the college is pulling people from several counties in.
And so you look at Baxter Regional Medical Center that serves 17, 18 counties, and so, you guys got your hands full. I'm glad the tax went through because you need the help. How's your vehicle situation down there, your patrol cars and things?
Well, it's the same.
Duct tape.
But we have the public safety sales tax, and we have 4 new units, and be able to equip those with equipment in this year's new sales tax budget. So it's going to get better. It's going to get a lot better.
What kind of police cars are you getting now? You still with Ford Crown Vics? Are they doing Chargers? Or
well, the Crown Vics went out for a police package, I believe, in 2012, 2013. They came out with the new police interceptor, they call it, based on a Ford Taurus frame.
Oh, yeah.
Smaller car, 6-cylinder, but it's got the horsepower.
Good.
That's what we have been buying lately when we could buy one, that or a Dodge Charger, or if we get into the used vehicles, which we've purchased some in the past, we would buy the old Crown Vic.
Yeah. Crown Vics were good, reliable cars, I think, weren't they?
They were good.
Well, actually, last year we bought, I believe, several cars at $1,500 a car that really helped. It was a kind of a Band-Aid to our situation, but we did what we had to do, or what we did with what we had to do with. And
we did. We bought 4 Crown Vics. They were in the 4 to 5 year old range, but they only had 80 and 90,000 miles, 1,000 miles on them. But we were replacing cars that had anywhere from 130 to 180,000 miles. So we did. It was a Band-Aid, but
you realize that 90%, maybe even more than that, those cars stay within the confines of the city limits. Now I've got 204,000 on my vehicle, but I can go to St. Louis or Nashville or Little Rock, wherever I need to go. These cars do stop and start on a daily basis, and sometimes if you're working an accident, that engine can sit there and run for 3 hours.
Well, that's true, and let's say you're sitting and you're running radar, say in a 40 mile per hour zone, somebody comes by at 60, well, you're going to have to do more than 60 to catch that traffic violator unless they slow down. A lot of times they'll slow down and you don't, but if you don't, you've got to do more than 60 to catch them. I mean, it's just part of enforcement. That's just the way it is. Also, we have a lot of idling time when we go and you work accidents. You're on different calls. You have your emergency lights on. You have your radio systems going. We have in-car video cameras. We have in-car computer systems hooked up with the state system, and so you have to maintain that power. So those cars run quite a bit during a 12-hour shift for our patrol. And that's in addition to the mileage. It's just idling hours.
Yep. Wow. Anyway, coming up on 7:30, time for a quick break. Visiting with the Mayor of Mountain Home and Chief of Police Car Manuel, Joe Dillard. Be right back.
Hi, Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
You already know that Ferris mowers are the only mowers on the market with a patented spring suspension system, saving you time in the seat, less back stress, and a professional even cut every time. You already know that Mower Warehouse is the only area dealership that will accept your mower trade-in. But did you know that a truckload of discounted 2017 models just arrived at Mower Warehouse, allowing you the pleasure of saving hundreds of dollars on your next mower purchase of a new Ferris or Simplicity zero-turn machine? Come check out the parking lot sale at Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with the large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
7:32 on this Wednesday, April 4th. I just got a PSA in I need to read real quick. And let's see. Win a $2,000 gift certificate for the cruise of your choice from Cruise Planners. All proceeds benefit Serenity. Tickets just $20. Winner will be drawn at the Taste of the Twin Lakes and need not be present to win. Tickets available at Serenity, Integrity First Bank, and the Purple Door. There you go. And we're visiting with Mayor of Mountain Home Joe Dillard, Chief of Police Corey Manuel. And what else we need to talk about, Mayor?
Well, I like that what you just read about the Serenity and the cruise. Somebody needs to get serious with that and win that thing. But as we're approaching spring, or in the we think we're approaching spring at least. Of course, we are already getting some calls, but they will increase. But we're looking at the codes. I'm talking about the grass and how you mow your grass, and we went over that several years, Dale. But people need to, when they mow the grass, or when they're whoever they hire to do it, needs to make sure they clean it up. Don't blow it out on the sidewalks or onto the curb and leave it.
You know, I'm very, very conscious of that. And I was driving through a couple neighborhoods, and I noticed just the natural wind has blown a lot of stuff into those drains. And I was coming down, I guess, Russell or Cedar or something the other day, and I noticed there's paper cups and all that, and one of those drains was blocked. And that's exactly what you're talking about.
It don't take much, and once they get blocked, then you know, they overflow. They also cause man hours to go and clean them out, and somebody has to clean them out. And it's if we can keep our streets and our curbs and sidewalks clean, it gives a good appearance to our visitors, but it also is a it keeps from going back. If we can mitigate problems from happening with stopping drains up and those type of things. But once if the grass, and it's not that tall yet, but if it gets 12 inches or higher, then it's actually out of it. People need to cut it, have it cut, and so we will begin to get busy. And I know Chief Manuel, his people, he and his people, you know, takes up a lot of their time actually dealing with the codes and enforcing the codes that we have. And the codes are by ordinance passed by the city council, so it is law. And
what about the noise ordinance? You hear the kids with the boom, 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 boom coming down the road. Is that something that?
Well, we have an ordinance. We have an ordinance that can, you know, if they'd be a lot easier to, and I'll let the chief address it, but I hear them there at the house at a four-way stop, and they kind of rattle the windows. But by the time you get to the window to look and try to see who it is, they're gone.
Yeah.
So if they pull up there and have a flat, it'd be a lot easier to catch. But chief, you might want to address that.
Well, sure. They're it's a moving target. You know, it's once you get a report, they're somewhere else in town. But and we do come across them, you know, without a complaint. So we do some work on that. It's you know, we got other priorities, you know, that are excuse me, higher priorities when a call comes in that we have to take. But we do some work on that. We'll be able to do, you know, maybe some more work. Usually we try to heighten officer awareness during the summertime, because that's really the increase, and you have the real problem. As far as code enforcement, other code enforcement, and that is a code that we have on for loud noises. We'll be in code enforcement full-time with a full-time employee here in about 2 weeks.
Good.
So that's going to help us a lot. We do get a lot of code enforcement complaints, and then we try to be proactive on them as well. So it was a position that was promised with the passage of the public safety sales tax. And of course, I want to make sure that we meet our promises that we made and do what we can. And code enforcement was a big part of that. So we will be doing more code enforcement than we ever had with the full-time position made possible by the public safety tax.
You know, I want to talk a little bit about, you hear the boom, boom, boom in the trucks and the cars. Of course, it's kids. But do they understand when they've got that? And come on, we've all been kids, and we've cranked the stereos up to where you can hear it for a mile away in the car, but still, the emergency vehicles. You just saw the chief, just as we went on the air, the chief got a call, and, you know, perhaps he's going to be an emergency vehicle with lights and siren. Can that kind of prohibit what we can discern when we're driving?
Yes. At times when we notice that someone fails to stop for an emergency vehicle, and if you have the opportunity that somebody could stop and talk to them about that, over the years, several years, one of the issues has been because the stereo was too loud and they just did not hear it. They didn't hear the siren. And so you have emergency personnel trying to make it to a scene, and they're being obstructed by someone who has music way too loud in their cars, and they don't hear the sirens.
Yeah. Chief, we take this opportunity to kind of re-educate us. We're driving perhaps through town, we're out by Kent Chevrolet or McDonald's, and we hear an emergency vehicle. It could be fire, police, or ambulance. We're not in the right lane, we're not in the turn lane, we're in what I call the fast lane. What do we do?
Well, it's very, very basic and easy. Just slow down and start pulling over to the right. Don't slam on your brakes and create havoc behind you for those people that might be traveling too close. Begin slowing down and pulling as far to the right as you can. Now, we do understand there's going to be obstacles. You can't pull all the way off of the road. That would be ideal to do that, but in most cases it's not going to happen because of curbing and other barriers and things like that. But if you can pull to the right, you clear up a center turn lane for the most part that should be clear for the most part, but you clear up that inside lane next to the center turn lane. And if you fill up the far right lane, that's okay. We can still get around on a 5-lane road on that inside lane and the center turn lane.
So what about on Highway 5 South? If you're going south past Cardinal, there's a lot of ditches to the right-hand side. If you got emergency vehicle coming south, in other words, the same direction they need to get around, and you really don't have that room to pull over, okay, just to get over as far as you can and stop?
Well, exactly. You know, and sometimes people won't really get stopped before the emergency vehicle passes them and be out of the way so they can resume normal driving. But that is an obstacle that I speak of. do the best you can. Just get as far right as you can,
But the
do it
drivers are
safely.
trained.
Safely, yes.
The drivers are trained to do what they need to do to get around.
And an emergency vehicle operator is not going to expect you to drive off in the ditch or something like that. Then we have another situation. But do the best you can. Slow down. Pull as far right as you safely can.
Yeah. Mayor, what else you got there, sir?
Well, we've got a busy summer lined up with the Friday night block party will actually start on the May the 11th, which is just a little over a month away. And I looked at the list, the bands that are already the schedule. And,
Ron's been by.
Ron Shire has put it together. It's going to be great entertainment, and we want to pick up where we left off last year. That the last event was big, and we want to start with a big event and grow it this year. We had great turnouts last year, crowds, and and not only do they have good bands, but they have good information. They have a lot of good sponsors, and they give away prizes, prizes for being there. Have vendors that you can actually go and while you're there for a couple hours, enjoy, hot dogs or different menus that's there.
What about farmers market?
Cakes. Huh?
Farmers market's coming in pretty soon.
Farmers market, I believe, starts this Saturday. Saturday only.
Really?
And it will turn into the 2-day, I believe, in May.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's starting. I think it's actually starting this Saturday. So they may have to. Hopefully, they don't have to shovel a little ice out of their places. But
shovel snow to get the turnips out there.
But you know what? They're a very hardy group, and they know how to deal with all kinds of the elements. So they'll do a good job.
Well, what's it do for downtown? I know Scooter's got Old Time Restaurant down there, and I'll go down there on a Saturday morning for breakfast with my son and some friends, and by 7:15, 7:30, the downtown square is full up.
Well, it does a lot, and I tell you, it brings the people to the downtown square, and I've told different merchants, but once they're there, then it's up to individual merchants or businesses to get them inside. We get them there with different events, and it's a great opportunity. And if you look around some of the towns that we visit from time to time, the square is pretty much dead. But our square is
I love it.
I love it. It's alive and well.
It's alive
I'll
and
put
well.
it that way. Yeah.
Yep.
We're
if I was going to open a business in Mountain Home, I'd want to be on the square.
Well, I think that'd be it's the backbone of our community. It's the backbone of our business. We have the big box stores and things going on in other areas, but downtown is where a lot happens right there around the square, and it's historic to an extent. Now the buildings around the square are not, I don't think, but close by is buildings that's been recognized and as historic buildings, and so we got a lot. We have a lot going on.
We've got a lot to offer.
Yeah. Another thing, we're having as y'all know, we have a new treasurer, a new deputy treasurer, and this Friday afternoon from 3 to 4, we're going to have people are welcome to come and meet and greet, and we'll probably have a coffee on and maybe cookies, but we feel like right now we have a very good operation starting. They're new, but we want to kind of recognize them and open it up to anybody that wants to come by and say hi. Well, they'd be more than welcome. Our cemetery, Mountain Home Cemetery, is we got some events planned. I don't have the exact dates, but the next board meeting for cemetery board will be May the 4th. But right now, up until July the 1st, the plots there are selling for $400, which is really, really cheap. for a cemetery that's the status of the Mountain Home Cemetery. The board has decided that on July 1, going ahead, that price will go up to $600. So I just want to let people know, if they're looking and thinking about buying plots, between now and July 1 would be a good time to look at that. And if they need information, they can call the office at 425-5116, and Tina Gregory, office manager, she's very involved in.
Well, she does a good job. I call down there and talk. Always call and remind. And, oh yeah, Dale says, yeah, Mayor's been talking about being on the show, blah blah blah. Does a good job down there.
Well, she does, and her job is she's actually taken the cemetery, and we have plats there in the of the cemetery, and there's been a lot of work done platting with our people, and Paul Norrell has been right in the middle of it. He basically is a volunteer, but he does a tremendous lot of work down there on behalf of the cemetery. So it's a partnership with people that want to take pride and want to see our cemetery. We want to see it the very best that we can make it, and it's getting there. I'm telling you, if you haven't been down there and looked it over, and it's been a lot going on.
We need to grab a quick break. I just looked at the clock over here in monitor, 7:46. We got one more break to get in there, Scooter.
Yep.
Hey, we're going to be right back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Coming in 2018, VHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and Steadyform. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. DHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range, coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon.
7:48. Excuse me. More with the mayor, Chief of Police Car Manuel. Guys.
Well, Dale, thank you. We was talking earlier how time flies, but we appreciate the opportunity to come on Wednesday, the first Wednesday, and just to visit and to share a little bit of what goes on inside the city. And, we've, like we said, we have lots and lots of activities we're looking at throughout the year.
We got another World Series coming in August.
We've got a World Series in August. We've got a red, white, and blue in late June. We've got all kinds of events happening on a weekly basis down at the shed. And people need to, to look and see, because a lot of that is free and to the public, and
that brings people in from all around.
It is. It's a great place. A lot of things going on at our library. They're continually coming up with new ideas and new displays. I don't know if the dinosaur is already gone, but they had the dinosaurs down. Lots of things for our people to do. But
and they had record crowds for 2017. Jerry, do you remember the traffic number for the library last year? It was
200 something.
I started to say it's over 200,000. They said,
Well, you can go and look around, and we are very, very fortunate to have the library that we have, the staff that we have, the volunteers. Again, that place. It
Look
takes
at
a
our
lot of volunteers.
hospital, our schools, ASU, the library.
Yeah,
you
Christian
guys
Clinic.
did good.
we got a lot of things going, and but we will never, and I want to always say thanks to our volunteers, regardless of where they're volunteering. They're really the wheels that make things work within our community. And one of the things that was talked about when the tax was that we've been talking with Chief Manuel about was animal control, and that is something that we're looking at. And Chief, you want to?
What's all that involve? It's the old-fashioned dog catcher.
Well, basically, there's two things that we need to address, and of course, it was going to take money, and that was one of our promises with the new public safety tax that we made to the people, and there again, we aim to keep that promise. And those two things is the actual animal control and also the shelter. You can go out and pick up animals that need to be picked up, but you need to have a place to take them. So as the money is coming in and as it becomes available to where we could actually implement those programs, we'd like to get those programs instituted as quick as possible. Code enforcement being the primary and actually a little easier to do, but the next thing is the animal control and the shelter. Now, where we go, my recommendation and what I've talked about is do it with contracts. I don't think at this point that we need to spend the extra money for our own shelter building just for the city, because that would really be quite expensive, or to have a full-time employee to do the animal control. There again, it would be very expensive with pay and benefits. I think we can be very effective with a lower cost approach, and that would be a contract, much as we've had in the past, to do animal control, and a contract with some existing organization, whoever that may be, to provide animal shelter. And so I guess I would take this opportunity, if I may, to sort of solicit some help. I'm not the professional in those areas. I'd like to provide as good a program in both areas as we can.
Yeah.
And if there's someone out there who has an idea how we could work out under a contract animal shelter or animal control, please give me a call. And I'm sure the mayor would take calls too.
You bet.
And we would like to get the planning of that on the road. We'd like to get moving forward.
Now, when you say animal control, let's kind of nip this in the bud. Somebody has a skunk or possum problem, that surely would not be. Is that really going to be considered, or is this going to be stray dogs and cats and stuff?
Well, you can split animal control into two different areas, and that's the domestic and wild animals. Now, typically, our animal control in the past has been geared toward domestic animals, cats, dogs, and we have ordinance against swine, and things like that. Some are allowed, some things are not in the way of animals, and even poultry. But mainly it's cats and dogs. So domestic animals would probably be the approach to take, and leave the wild animals up to, there's people that can be hired to do that,
right,
by the owner. Now, in the past, we've tried to help in those areas. Now, when our animal control people did that, it was something they really did not get extra money for. They did it for free. Now, that's something that we'll have to discuss, and can be on the table. But we will need to decide: do we want to do domestic only, or do we get into wild animals? And that's a totally different deal.
I called your office several years ago. There was an instance where we had a rabid raccoon.
Yes.
Late in the afternoon, it was summertime, and I thought, a raccoon at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? And so I just kind of sat there because I didn't know if he was going to attack or not. But it was so funny. He'd sit there and all of a sudden he'd just foam at the mouth and shake. I thought, oh man, this thing is rabid. So I called PD, police department, and they said, do you have a firearm? I said, well, yeah, I do. But the thing is, all I had was a .22 long rifle available, but there's so many houses. Right. You know what I'm saying? So your officer came out with an air rifle and took care of the situation. It was handled appropriately. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't, the thing is had I missed with one shot, it could have hit somebody. It could have penetrated a window or something like that, but the officer handled it so well.
Well, we would like to have the people who would be highly trained to do animal control. I call it punting, using our patrol officers. They're not really trained, but, we just use common sense and trying to help out on the situation and help people out. But we really need to have a contract with someone who is trained and equipped well to do that.
Yeah. Talk about the firearm there. You cannot discharge a firearm in the city limits because of the homes. Is that correct?
Well, it is. Yes, it is
Firearms.
A violation of city ordinance to do that. And it's a
Firearms,
safety
fireworks,
issue.
things of that nature.
It's a safety issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, I probably could have handled taking care of that raccoon, but it's just, I didn't want that responsibility in case I made a mistake using that .22. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
But the officer handled it well.
Well, you're going to run into all kinds of different situations, where it be a skunk under your house or, whatever. It's out there, and of course, Game and Fish is the regulatory agency over. They actually have seasons like on coon. I think on skunk, even on crows anymore.
Yeah.
But it's that's a state agency with so it gets to the point that we want to do what we can as much as we can to help our people, but there may be situations that we can't actually.
The city services can only go so far, I mean, I don't expect the policeman to get under the house and dig out a family of skunks.
No.
Yeah, that's not the policeman's job.
Or capture a bear.
Or you what?
We've had that situation.
Are you kidding?
No, it's been a number of years ago. But no, we recruited a Game and Fish, and they brought in a trap. And
was it just a yearling the cub got out?
Well, it was a small bear, just the one bear.
Was that the one out on 178?
No, that was another bear.
Really?
This one was down near the fairgrounds, about northeast,
wow.
In town, just northeast of the fairgrounds. And we've had other sightings too, but this one we actually got a trap brought in by the Game and Fish, and they captured the bear and took him someplace else. Yeah, took him out in the wild.
Relocated him. But we have them traveling through the area, and you never know. You never know what to expect. But
about 2 minutes, guys.
Well, one thing I wanted to bring up too, and this is a Class 1A tournament, baseball tournament. It's coming up May the 8th to the 12th.
Good.
I believe that we're going to have I think it's 40 teams coming. Mountain Home.
That's good.
Billy Austin worked out with Mammoth Springs School.
Yep.
Partnered with them. They're a 1A, and we're going to be. They're hosting it, but we're really having it here in Mountain Home. And so this is going to be. This will be out at Crystal Willette, but it'll be a.
That's good.
It's going to be a big event. Of course, our pool will be opening here in May. I'm not sure of the exact date, but
somewhere around Memorial Day.
It's usually a Memorial Day, and hopefully keep it open till Labor Day. That's always been our goal. Sometimes we, but I will say this, that we're operating our general fund, and it's tight. Our money is really, really tight right now, and I've actually asked our department heads not to spend any more money than they absolutely have to until we work our way out. What really threw a kink in it was the DFNA and having to pay back, actually, or they're holding back $700,000, a total of $700,000 that had been overpaid by in the past, and so
that hurt.
But we're working our way through it. We'll have it out in. This will be behind us in August. But
with that, we better wrap it up. We got about 10 seconds. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks,
You're
and
welcome.
thanks for
Thank
this
you.
good Brewed Awakening coffee.
You betcha.
It's always good.
That wraps it up. We'll be back. Well, I won't be here. Scooter and everybody will be here tomorrow, and so we'll see you next time I'm here. Have a great day.